use Mr. Paul O Sullivan or his resources to conduct IPID investigations?
Whenever he had information to me, I went and listened to it. But all the answers are here, written long before 6th of July 2025. The answers were here already about all these issues you're asking me about. Nothing to do with anything else, nothing to do with allegations made by Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi. It was here already, affidavits, court papers, judgments, all there.
So, in a nutshell, you mean you have used information from Paul O Sullivan to arrive at decision on the investigations IPID conducted?
In a nutshell, some of his information proved useful in our investigation.
So, your investigations were resourced in terms of information by Paul O Sullivan, who's not part of IPID.
Or anybody else who had information.
Let's pass it. I hope members will pick it up. Did Paul become part of investigations, physical investigations? You'll recall the estate allocation. Was it the only incident where Mr. O'Sullivan accompanied IPID investigators when they were conducting investigations?
So let me put it this in a nutshell. Paul O'Sullivan was the complainant. He had interaction.
No, let's leave that one first, Mr. McBride. Let's say, apart from that one, did Paul accompany investigators of IPID when they conducted investigation?
I will answer you, okay. But I will answer you fully.
Okay.
So that you understand in a nutshell. So, Paul O'Sullivan showed IPID the alleged crime scene, which was Patlani's house. That's the first thing, which
Mr. McBride.
Yes, sir.
You are giving answers on a time that is allocated to the honorable member. And the honorable member has said it more than once, that please answer the question that he asks, so that his time is not squandered without him exhaustively asking the questions that he wants to. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. So the question is, apart from the Patlane estate, forgot its name, did Mr. Paul O'Sullivan accompany IPID investigators when they were conducting investigations?
I'm not aware of it.
You're not aware of it? Okay, let's go to the part you were going to. You say there's an allegation against Mr. Patlane of corruption, blah, 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 in SAPS. Where procurement is done in SAPS. Where service providers submit their bid tenders in SAPS procurement offices. Now, you term the visit to the estate by Paul O'Sullivan and IPID investigators a visit to the crime scene. How did the estate become a crime scene of a crime that was committed at SAPS?
Can you repeat that? I'm not sure.
How did the estate become a crime scene of a crime that was committed at SAPS headquarters?
That's a very good question. Very good question.
If the good part, just answer the question.
How did it become a crime scene? The house was built without registered money. There was no money used from a bank to pay those builders. So where was the money coming from? And there's evidence to suggest it came in black plastic bags. Those were the initial statements and recordings of people who worked with Patlane. So on the bond that was drawn was 600,000. None of it was drawn on it, but there was a approved bond, 600,000. But the issue is Patlan is still staying in a crime scene. Now, as we talk it,
No, Mr. McBride. A person is shot and killed here in this chamber. Okay? The person who shoots, takes man and takes a cell phone and runs to Kailicha. He gets arrested in Kailicha. That does not make the Kailicha a crime scene. Because a crime scene is where the crime was committed. So this chamber remains the crime scene. So I still ask a question. How did Pashlane's house become a crime scene?
it's the proceeds of crime.
That's not a crime scene. That's a complete different concept.
Still a crime scene.
No, it's not.
Oh, yes, it is. In fact, there was a supplier who fitted in a sound system. So a supplier to SAPS fitted in a sound system or paid for in Patlani's house. That gratification is a crime scene.
Let's leave it. Let's leave it to waste our time. So you mean the only person who knew your called crime scene was Mr. Paul O Sullivan? The investigators at IPID did not know the place where Mr. Pashlane was building a house. They needed, just to point a house, they needed Paul O Sullivan. I thought when you said you used the resources from Paul O Sullivan to conduct IPID investigations, you spoke about sophisticated machinery. For example, we were told here that he even has a grabber. See, so we thought that it's those kind of things. So are you saying the investigators could not compile information that points themselves to Mr. Pashlane's house? They had to use the services of Mr. Paul O Sullivan, who later, by the way, was actually charged for impersonating an IPID official.
Well, the charge fell away, number one. Number two, it was on the one occasion in which he was a complainant, which he showed them where the house is. So it's, what do you expect me to say? In fact, the word crime scene comes from my investigators.
Yeah, your investigators misled you. The reason why you misled is because you let Mr. O'Sullivan to lead your investigations. Let's pass this part, Mr. McBride. There is a complaint by Mr. Paul O'Sullivan against General Pashlane. So you formulate a task team. What they call the Pashlane task team. Is it the Pashlane task team?
We could have called it the corruption task team, but
Yeah,
there are
but
lots of those here.
The point I want to ask is it a usual procedure at IPID when investigating a complaint, you formulate a task team? Is it how you approach all complaints that are submitted at IPID?
So, firstly, it was not a usual situation at IPID. I had two of my senior investigators unlawfully dismissed. We were denuded of resources of investigators. We prior to my arrival at IPID, there was a task team on Marikana. And the same thing, they pulled people from different provinces, Northern Cape, Free State, and sent them to go and investigate the Marikana incident or incidents. So it is done sometimes.
So you mean the Pashlane accusations or allegations are as equivalent as a massacre?
Equivalent as a murderer.
Are you ready?
I didn't understand your question.
You make an example of a task informed on the Marikana massacre.
Yes.
So I'm saying, so you equivalent the complaints against Pashlane to a massacre.
No, I didn't make any comparison. You asked, is it normal practice to set up a task team? So I told you the usual the usual situation in IPID in 2016 November was unusual. Two of my most senior investigators were unlawfully dismissed. So we had to make do with what we got. It's a compulsion. We are compelled to investigate complaints and say whether they're valid or not. That's the law.
So Mr. McBride, you say you don't usually appoint task teams to investigate complaints at IPID, but this was a special arrangement. And you explain it and say there are some special arrangements. So you say the complaint against General Pahlana was a special case. It warranted a task team.
So it's the first time we had such a major systemic corruption matter to deal with. Prior to that, the systemic corruption case we were dealing with, which probably is the real reason why we got into trouble along the way, is a Panday case which we had to take over at a certain stage. But I'll get back to that just now. But this one involved drugs going missing, illicit narcotics from the lab, rhino horn, stuff that's supposed to be evidence in cases. And we needed to put together a team. And that's what happened. You can say, yes, it was wise, it was not wise, or it should be considered differently in different circumstances. Given the same circumstances, under the same conditions, with the very same allegations, I'll do it again.
Okay. Allegations are that, which were confirmed by both General Pahlane and Mr. Nkabinde, are that you connived with Paul O Sullivan, established a task team to taint his image so that he gets fired from SAPS and he does not become a national commissioner. What is your response to that?
My response is, he got fired there even when I was not at IPID. He got charged by NPA when I was not at IPID, when I was not in the criminal justice system. He got dismissed from an acting post. If you are still willing to believe Cedric Nkabinde, there's no hope for you, honorable person.
Chair.
Yeah, no. Honorable, Mr. McBride, you see how we treat you as a witness. Each and every witness that comes before us is treated like that. And when you speak the truth, you do not have to do that at the expense of another witness. Just speak the truth the way you know it. Because the truth does not need majority and does not even need to be backed by a personal attack on the other witness. Thank you.